Not everybody had the same experience watching One Piece, especially their first watch. Their first watch, I don't think anyone can have any more unique experience. So I just thought it'd be a nice event if I just made a video just talking about my first time ever, just how I experienced One Piece. So, with that being said, I was born in 2004. Now, when it comes to One Piece, most people won't know what the significance of my year I was born in means. But let's just say there was a program around that time. I think it was Gen X. No. I don't think One Piece premiered on there. But I did used to watch that. No. I'm talking about 4Kids, right? I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like One Piece on 4Kids that much. Sorry. Dinosaur King and Sonic X was just too top tier for me to tear. Hell, I think I probably watched the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle show over it too. But I knew it existed back then. I don't remember anything significant except for the fact that, the intro. Geico! That was my first introduction into One Piece. And my second one came from an obscure game that I 100% believe maybe 1,000 people max played. Especially when it came out. And it was One Piece Grand Battle. My brother was more obsessed with One Piece than I was, and he had the PS2, so of course he'd get that game, you know what I mean, right? And I'm gonna be honest, I sunk a lot of hours into it, I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be a grand battle. It's gonna be a grand battle. Just watch, whatever Sanji said, I have no clue what he said. It just sounded like mumbo jumbo. Them cutscenes to the finishing moves, always so goofy, but you know what? Always rocked it, bro. Always rock with it. I remember I used to always be using Luffy and Sanji in that. But from there, then it gets a little tricky. I was off One Piece media for years after that, right? And then, one day, when I was just watching Adult Swim and Toonami section was on, I was right there seeing that one rubber guy that I remember used to be saying some of the most stupidest shit I've ever remembered. About to 1v1 this one blue-haired cyborg man who's spitting fire out. And on that day I said, dang, this might be really good. So I stayed and saw the next episode of Luffy versus Usopp, and I was like, ooh, this is good. This is good. And on that day, I started that One Piece journey. From Water 7. Yeah, I didn't really think to go back, so I just decided, hey, I'm watching on Toonami, I might as well just continue watching on Toonami. So that's what I did. I continued watching One Piece on Toonami from that point on. And I stopped at Enies Lobby with my brother. Same one that had the PS2. Allowed access for me to go into his Crunchyroll account. And oh man, that changed a lot. Number one, changing the voice acting that I was hearing. That was the one thing I was been saying since back in the day. I watched One Piece dub first. I never really rocked with all the voices. I was fine with Frankie's voice, but now I'm looking at Luffy. I'm like, that's the main character too, so you're not gonna be hearing him a lot, right? I didn't really like it, but sub came in. Oh yeah. I started on dub for everything, okay? Dragon Ball is still my preferred English dub, you know what I mean? I'm watching Frieren right now in English dub. If I don't rock with your English dub, I'm not saying that because I'm just an English dub hater, okay? I can definitely say that One Piece English dub has improved. But man, I didn't rock with it back then. But anyway, besides that point, right? I continued watching it from Enies Lobby up. And then something crazy happened. One Piece games expanded more than just Grand Battle. And that's when I got the next game to play. And that was One Piece World Red. And you know what? It was alright. I played that game like 3 times, and in those plays I'm talking about, I mean, I beat them to like 100% like 3 different times. I rocked with it, you know what I mean? I was confused as hell who the hell Crocodile was. No, I wasn't, because I watched Marineford. I was not confused. But a game helped me for some things that I was confused about. And that game was One Piece Pirate Warriors, man. Oh my god, man. You know, I actually platted that game like a couple years ago just because of how much I appreciated what it did for me with One Piece, right? And the thing about it really is just like, it kind of got me into those warrior games. Like, I played Hyrule Warriors before it, but like, I rocked with One Piece Warriors more, you know what I mean? Right? But, you know, it's one thing I skimmed over. You want to know where I watched Crunchyroll on? You want to know where I played One Piece World Red on? It was the Baby Boy Wii U, man. That's the main reason I have such an attachment to the Wii U, bro. I remember I used to make me first posts, like, when I was watching up to date, you know what I mean? By the way, if you want to know how dated this was, Gear 4th was still being leaked. That's how dated it was. Like, bro, I was there, man. I was there. Anyway, after that all happened, after Dressrosa, I was caught up completely. You know what I mean? And I would have said, yeah, I was hooked. From, like, all the years of, like, elementary school to, like, middle school, I was watching it. Until I got to 9th grade. And when that happened, was when Whole Cake was coming out. It took me for my rewatch for me to actually appreciate Whole Cake. I hated Whole Cake so much. It was during the Cracker incident. It was when Cracker was just there for way too long. It felt like I was watching like the same thing 15 times. I hated it. I despised it, man. I got so mad, I literally dropped the series after that Cracker fight. 'Cause I was just so mad at it. And then 10th grade year, I picked it back up. And nothing changed. But I realized something 10th grade year. I realized, man, I really hate watching One Piece take so long to just progress forward. There's got to be a faster way. Yeah, I was starting to read the manga. And since that day, I've been caught up with the One Piece manga. I believe when I started it, it was back when Wano Move Piece was just starting. So yeah, I remember when I was there, when Yamato was revealed, buddy. Yeah, I'm an OG, basically. I'm an OG. After that, nothing crazy really happened with me in One Piece. But, let me tell you, man. Watching the Gear 5 come out, you know, just the specs, the leaks for everything, and seeing the actual chapter come out, generational, man. I won't forget that date. I won't forget that chapter, man. 10:45, man. 10:45. But something was missing. After I did all that extensive stuff, you know, did everything I could for most One Piece media. Movies, conquered. I was there for the manga. I was there for the anime. There was just something that didn't sit right with me. I technically never caught up to One Piece. Officially. If you remember, I started technically at Water 7. I had Pirate Warriors to help me. But I didn't actually go and watch it myself. I might have read the manga. I might have caught up that way. But why would I not go back to where I started with One Piece? So, you know what I did in 22? I devoted to watching all of One Piece again. And let me tell you, it was worth it. I remember I was trying to beat the clock to meet up to Water 7 again, like where I started the series for real, before my 18th birthday. But I didn't. But I ended off on something I thought would be way better. I ended it off with the Kalgara flashback in Skypiea. At first, I was upset with myself. Not because I didn't appreciate Skypiea, but because back in the day, when I was watching One Piece, man, I used to be doing like 30 episodes a day. When I was just sitting there on the Wii U gamepad, sitting there, watching episodes, hearing the intro. Oh, seeing my mama come through the door. She wondered if I'm still awake. I'm nodding as I'm looking right back at the screen. I remember those days. Like literally every day, like 30 episodes. I was addicted, man. Seeing I couldn't even like catch up to Water 7, it made me sad, but it also made me see, man, Skypiea really was underrated, bro. I don't know why everybody keep trashing on that arc. That arc's fire, bro. What? I low-key think it probably has the best pre-time skip flashback that isn't with a straw hat. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna lie, the Nolan flashbacks low-key made me love Skypiea even more. I never hated it, but it's like, bro, this is fire. So you know what I did then? I sat there, appreciate what I saw. You know what I did after that? For the rest of that year, I'm caught up back to where I was with the anime. Made it to Wano. You know, it's chill again. But I made sure to live some things for me to be blind for again. Like some of the fillers. Not all of them, but some of them. I remember I saw the beginning of like one that was right after, I believe, Andy's Lobby or something. It was like a vacation island or something. I don't know. I'm gonna check it sometime though, because I got that time now. I got something to go back for. You know what else I didn't do? Crunchyroll has a special option saying for HD. I watched the original, so I can go back for that too. Loki, I just wanted to talk about my One Piece journey. Man, that was like what, 10 years ago when I really started? Whew. Dude, time flies, man. I'm still here though. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. You guys tell me your journey. Make a video or something like this too. I don't know. But I enjoyed what I had to do. That's it for me though. See you.